This is Real Estate Radio. The Erik Hatch team is highly motivated, innovative, and knowledgeable for all things real estate. This is Real Estate Radio.
Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, real estate fans, avid listeners, and people just on their way to church. My name is Erik Hatch. I'm your host today with Real Estate Radio. I'm a realtor with Hatch Realty, and you can always find us at the corner of University Drive and 16th Avenue South. So if you're stopping over at CJ's Kitchen, you decide that you want to have a delicious breakfast, and then for lunch you want to buy or sell a house, you can just come right across the street. Now, at the top of the hour, I want to highlight, because it's going to frame our whole show today, what's coming up and actually what's happening right now and next weekend as well, as we have the Fall Parade of Homes. That's right, the Fall Parade of Homes, your chance, your opportunity to tour town to see not only the new developments, but even more importantly, to fall in love with what could be your next house. Now, what I love about the Parade of Homes is that they have multi-layers. You know, if you're looking for something that's $180,000, you can find it. If you're looking for something that's $1.8 million, you can find it. Or if you're looking for some remodel ideas, it's a great opportunity as well. And in studio with us today, we have Cody from Turnkey Construction. We're going to talk about what Turnkey's doing for the parade as well as some of their great features. But I encourage you, go to Hornbacher's. They have a sea of Parade of Homes books. You can go today from noon to 5, check out these great homes, and find your next dream house. It's out there, it's beautiful, it's miraculous, and it's maybe not as expensive as you would even think. Now, let's get in conversation, 369-4839, or if you want to check out some of these houses right now or learn about our team, head to livefargomorehead.com. But first things first, let's find out what's happening with real estate news this week.
One of the world's largest apartments is going up in one of the world's smallest countries. It's a 35,500 square foot, 5-story penthouse being built on a tower in Monaco, a nation of less than a square mile. The Sky Penthouse will also probably be the most expensive apartment ever built, expected to sell for nearly $400 million. That's not surprising given how wealthy Monaco is. Nearly 30% of its 37,000 inhabitants are millionaires, according to Wealth Insight. And that's what's making real estate news this week. You're listening to Erik Hatch with Real Estate Radio.
Breaking in, shaping up. In studio with us is my good friend. He's a blonde bombshell. He is. I just upset him just by saying that. But he's my favorite builder in town and an all-around great guy, Mr. Cody Abbott of Turnkey Construction. Good morning, Cody.
Good morning. Thank you, Erik.
Yeah, your wife is going to get a kick out of that one. I appreciate that.
Oh, she will.
So, Cody, you've been building houses how long now?
About 35 years.
Okay, so that makes you started building houses when you were 5 or 6?
Yeah,
is that right?
I'm 25. No, I'm 53 years old. So, yeah.
Cody, you have a sea of experience. You got your start where building houses?
Well, actually, I got my start in the cities, Minneapolis,
okay,
St. Paul area, and then went from there. I went through an apprenticeship program, became a journeyman carpenter, and then worked my way through it that way.
Great. And it's a family business for you, Turnkey Construction, right? It was something that your father was a part of, and then you've taken over the reins. Is that correct?
Yeah. Grandfather was a part of, dad was a part of. Not my company, but they were in the trades.
Sure.
At one point.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, and then you and your wife now run Turnkey Construction, and even though you've lived in the area for quite some time, Turnkey's new to Fargo in the last 5 years or so.
Correct. Yep. Yeah, we've always built from the cities to the lakes area, Detroit Lakes area. We've been involved in those areas for quite some time, but the last 5 years moved over to Fargo.
And I think that brings a great piece of value for the people in the Fargo-Moorhead area. The complaint that we hear in a lot of these new construction areas, Cody, is that everything looks the same, that it's a bit cookie cutter. And yet you and Kim get to come into a new market, introduce a spin off of the product that people are looking for, and bring a different type of style. So what is your style, Cody?
Well, I don't know if I could put my finger on the exact style, but I like ramblers quite a bit. I do a lot of homes that custom design ramblers for people, 2 stories. But yeah, a little different twist on the fronts and the insides, I think, than what a lot of other guys are doing out here.
Yeah,
at least I like to think that.
No, and I've been drawn to the Turnkey product as soon as it was introduced into the Fargo area. There's a lot of warmth with it. Sometimes these newer homes can often feel maybe a bit too modern or as though it's rigid. And I would say that warmth is one of the feelings that I get whenever I step into one of the Turnkey houses. So why would that be? Or is that just my weird hunch?
No, we get that a lot, actually. A lot of people tell us that it feels warm and homey, and that's a compliment. I'll take that, but I got to kind of pass that one to Kim. She does most of the decorating, and that's probably what makes it feel that way. But real rich custom cabinets, the granite tops that we use throughout the specs, and just a lot of different things like that might jazz them up a little bit, make them feel a little more homey. So
yeah, again, in studio with us, Cody Abbott of Turnkey Construction. And Cody, it is the Parade of Homes going on right now and next weekend. So what in the world is Turnkey doing with the Parade of Homes right now?
Getting ready, just hustling, trying to get the specs ready. And we've got 5 caps, which are homes that aren't completed yet, but they're in the process. So, people can go through
the foundation's already in, right?
Correct.
But
Foundations.
Somebody can move walls. Somebody can come in, pick all their interior selections, and make it exactly how they want, but they don't have to wait for you to get that stinking foundation in.
Correct. Saves them over a month, actually.
Yeah, that's great. Especially with winter around the corner here, having something with a foundation, you shouldn't be putting a foundation. I mean, you can put a foundation in the winter, but it really jacks up costs and leaves some people feeling skittish. So,
it's tough.
You're prepping right now. You said you have 5 caps.
Correct. 5 caps and 1 spec that's going to be in the fall show. Spring show, we usually have 3 or 4, but plenty of caps so that we can get people in a matter of a couple of months.
So if people want to check out Turnkey Construction today on the Parade of Homes, what is the address? Where is this located? What are they going to see?
2260 27th Avenue South.
No. 2260 10th Street West.
Oh, 10th Street. I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, the other 2 are on 27th.
That's right.
About 2 blocks away from the spec home.
And it's number 3 in the book for the Parade of Homes. So as soon as you crack it open, number 3. This house is beautiful. Tell us what they're going to see in this Rambler, Cody.
Well, they're going to see real wood custom floors that nail down floors, so they're solid wood.
And these are acacia hardwood floors, right? Imported from Africa?
Africa, correct.
Oh my gosh.
Got it. You got it all down.
They are stunning. What else are they going to see?
Well, they're going to see custom cabinets that kind of go along with the color scheme, a little darker woodwork in there.
Yeah.
We've got granite countertops, a huge island in the kitchen.
13-foot island.
Correct.
It's wild.
Tile backsplash throughout the whole kitchen, tile shower in the master, fireplace, big open kitchen, dining, living room area. It's a showpiece. It's a nice home.
It really is. But what people can do is they can come today or next weekend and see Turnkey Construction's house on the Parade of Homes. And you can say, all right, I'm maybe looking for ideas for my own home, or maybe I'm going to consider buying. And Cody, I would trust nobody else quite like I can trust you and Kim to build a house. And we can get them into a small Rambler, a big Rambler, smaller, big 2-story, 3 or 4 level split. They have their options. So I want to encourage everybody, go to the Parade of Homes, take a look and see what's out there. If not Turnkey Construction, there may be something else out there that you love. We just want what's best for you is all. But if you're thinking about building, I stand behind Turnkey Construction, what they do and how they build. So Cody, hopefully people can stop by and see you at the house as well. You'll be there dusting and serving cookies, right?
Absolutely. Love to customize something for you.
Perfect. Yeah, and fully customizable too. We're going to go to break here in just a minute, so give us a call, 369-4839, or head to livefargomoorhead.com to check out Turnkey Construction and all the other houses currently on the market.
Stick around. More Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch after this.
Don't survive. I was born free. I was born.
This is Real Estate Radio. The Erik Hatch team is highly motivated, innovative, and knowledgeable for all things real estate. This is Real Estate Radio.
Welcome back to Real Estate Radio. As always, I'm your host, Erik Hatch. With my nose in a book, with my head to the grindstone, I am trying to figure out the shift in this market, because I have a grand opportunity and a fiduciary responsibility to keep you educated and knowledgeable on what's happening in today's market. We're currently experiencing a shift. Things are changing, things are tweaking, and I'm finding that people aren't quite in tune to it just yet. So please go with me on a little journey here, and I want to share with you some interesting statistics. Now, 2013 was probably the best year for real estate in Fargo-Moorhead. And don't hear that 2014 has not been a great year. It has. Not as many houses have been listed, and so not as many houses have sold. It's pretty simple math like that. But to think about it, last year, at this point through August, there were 4,600 houses that were listed, and this year, 4,300. Now, that's over a 6% change in the market, and we're seeing what happens with that 6% change because the demand is still high. But please know that if you're sitting in a house right now and it's over $200,000, your demand might not be as high as if it's under $200,000. So, as an example, any statistic that's under $200,000, except for one little widget of $50,000 to $59,000, shows me that there are much less listings, percentage-wise and numbers-wise, under $200,000 than there was this time last year. So here's an example. Last year, for $100,000 to $120,000, there was 78 houses on the market last year. This year, 47. That's a 39.7% decrease in listings. That number continues for 49.2%, 18, 35, and 27% all the way up to $200,000. So if you're following that, if you currently own a home under $200,000, I bet it's going to sell pretty quickly and it should get you top dollar. Now, price and condition always affect that, and neighborhood as well. So please understand that that's not true for everyone, but market statistics tell me that there's a lot less listings under $200,000 than there were last year. Now, where we're seeing our saturation in the market is over $200,000. As an example, $250,000 to $300,000. Last year, there was 107 houses on the market in August. This year, 150. Houses 300 to 400. Last year there was 103. This year, 161 houses currently on the market. Here's the most staggering statistic, I think. Last year, houses over $500,000. There were 67 on the market this time last year. This year, 102 houses sit on the market over $500,000. Those are some big boys. Those are some big houses that are sitting. And so if you're sitting in a house right now, let's say, for example, you have a house that's worth $150,000 to $200,000, and you're saying, Eric, why in the world would I move up? Why would I sell my house? Because if the market is as hot as you say it is, I'm not going to be able to afford anything. But let me tell you, interest rates hang around 4%, which is crazy low on a historic average. Our market continues to appreciate quite a bit. And if you're buying over $200,000, the market isn't near as rigid. It's a little more soft over $200,000 because there's more inventory. It's a simple supply and demand model. And so if you understand that if you're sitting in a house, no matter the price, if it's $400,000, if it's $150,000, your house is, number one, appreciating, which is great. Number two is you can get into more house for less money because of interest rates. And then number three, and this is my favorite part, is you can choose to pay down some of your debt. Now, we're talking here on Real Estate Radio this morning about the market, the shifts, and the ways in which we can keep you educated. As always, I'm your host, Erik Hatch, and I want to stay with you on this for just another minute to understand where our community is going. I use this example often, but it's important to note places like Sanford right now that's building a $500 million medical facility. How many professionals does it take to actually staff a $500 million build? How many construction workers and laborers and architects and engineers is it going to take until 2016 when this is finished? At that point, please know that starting now, Sanford is trying to hire at least 60 new physicians each year. If that's the case in 2014, 15, and 16, that's going to add 180 new physicians on top of who's already here over the next 3 years. Now, for each physician, how many nurse practitioners and nurses and phlebotomists and x-ray techs and custodians and cafeteria workers and secretaries need to be hired for that one physician? And then there's their families. And then there's their houses. And what I'm trying to get at is right now, if ever were a time to sell your house and to get into more house, would be the opportune time. We are in the eye of the storm right now, because I believe with grand confidence that even if interest rates tick themselves up, houses are still going to appreciate on a great level here in the Fargo-Moorhead community. So if you are curious what your home is worth, if you have some value, let's get in contact. 369-4839 or head to livefargomoorhead.com to find out what your home is worth today. All right, friends, we are almost out of time. I want to cover a few final things before we wrap up today's show. If you're thinking about going to the Parade of Homes, stop by and see us. The Erik Hatch team of Hatch Realty is going to be out and present at 2260 10th Street West in West Fargo. That's number 3 in your Parade of Homes book. It's in the Brooks Harbor area. Come and see us, learn about turnkey construction, figure out if you do want to build your next dream home and what can be found in that great place. Again, Turnkey Construction is the bee's knees. Don't hesitate in checking them out and seeing if it's going to be the right builder for you. Now, in addition, if you're curious what your home is worth, because maybe you want to build, maybe you want to move up, you want to move down, or if you just want to see if refinancing maybe is an option, head to livefargomoorhead.com and you can find out what your home is worth. We'll give you a free home valuation there, and if we want to get very specific, we'll love to have a conversation with you and learn more about your house and the things that you've done for it. Finally, if you are a do-gooder, if you are somebody who is a veteran, a firefighter, a police officer, military personnel, if you're in education or healthcare, or if you work for a nonprofit or a church, we'd love to save you some serious cash. We've given back to our heroes over $74,000 year to date. That's what's on the books right now, and we're putting that back in the pocket of our heroes because we simply want to say thanks for doing some good in this community. So you can sign up for the Hatches Heroes program at livefargomoorhead.com. Save up to $1,000 on your next real estate transaction. It's a grand opportunity for you. And last but not least, if you haven't gone to livefargomoorhead.com yet, bookmark it, set it as your homepage, check out all the houses that are there, find out what your home is worth, sign up to be a hero, and learn a little bit about our team. There's some exciting things out there, and we would love to chat with you. So one last time, 369-4839, or again, livefargomoorhead.com. And that's it. Thanks so much for listening to Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch on the Mighty 790 KFGO.
'Cause I'm gonna make this